All right, let's get into it. Today, we are digging deep into the science of how you can build the body you actually want. We're going to do this by using a really smart, super effective training plan, drawing on some amazing insights from the renowned sports scientist, Dr. Bret Contreras. So yeah, let's just jump right in.
Okay, let me ask you something. Does this feel familiar at all? You're in the gym, you're putting in the time, you're sweating, you're being consistent, but when you look in the mirror, the results just aren't there. It feels like you're just spinning your wheels, and man, that is one of the most frustrating things in all of fitness.
You know, this quote from Dr. Contreras just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? If you're doing the exact same thing, same exercises, same weights, same reps, week in and week out, your body has absolutely no reason to change. It's already adapted to that stress. You've basically hit a wall, a plateau.
So the big question is, how do we smash through that plateau? Well, the solution is actually pretty simple. It's a single, non-negotiable principle that is the foundation of all real progress in the gym. It's called progressive overload, and it's exactly what it sounds like. You have to continually, over time, increase the demands you place on your muscles. That's what forces them to adapt, to grow bigger and stronger. This isn't just a good idea. Dr. Contreras calls it the #1 tenet of strength training. It's everything.
And the best part? It's not complicated. The two main ways to do this are incredibly simple. You either lift the same weight for more reps than you did last time, or you lift a heavier weight for the same number of reps. That's pretty much it. Your goal every single workout should be to look at your logbook and beat it in one of those two ways.
Okay, so we have our core principle, progressive overload. We know what to do. But how do we organize a whole week of training around it to get the best possible results? Let's start building out that blueprint.
So here's the key, and this is backed by a ton of modern research. The sweet spot, the magic number for muscle growth, is to train each muscle group about 2 to 3 times per week. This gives your muscles enough of a signal to grow, but also gives them just enough time to recover properly.
Now, this idea directly challenges that old school way of thinking, right? The classic bro split, chest day on Monday, back day on Tuesday, where you only hit each muscle once a week. The newer and frankly more effective splits, like a full body or an upper-lower routine, are designed specifically to hit that optimal 2 to 3 day frequency.
And here's what that can look like in the real world. This is a great example of an upper/lower split that's perfect for anyone who's really trying to prioritize their lower body. See? You hit your legs 3 times a week when you're fresh, but your upper body still gets plenty of work twice a week. That way, you're making progress everywhere. And then, the weekend is left open for that all-important recovery.
But what if you don't want to grow everything at the same rate? What if you have one specific area, a trouble spot, like your glutes maybe, that just seems to be lagging behind everything else? How do you focus on that?
Well, for something like glutes, Dr. Contreras has his famous rule of thirds, and the idea is brilliant. You need to train them from 3 different angles. You've got your vertical movements, like squats and lunges, that really stretch the muscle. Then you have horizontal movements, like hip thrusts for that maximum peak contraction. And finally, you have lateral or rotary movements to hit the upper parts of the glutes. You put all 3 together, and you ensure you're training the entire muscle, not just one part of it.
And you can take this same framework and apply it to any muscle group you want to bring up. You just increase its training frequency to that 2 to 3 times per week sweet spot. But here's the crucial part. You have to slightly reduce the volume for your other muscles. You'd be surprised how easy it is to just maintain strength. So you can put other body parts on the back burner, so to speak, and really focus all your energy and your personal record attempts on bringing up that one lagging area.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. Okay, so just add more. But simply piling on more and more isn't always the answer. Pushing way too hard without a smart plan is the fastest way to burn out or get injured. And that brings us to a really critical concept for making progress that actually lasts.
It's called your Maximum Recoverable Volume, or MRV. The easiest way to think about it is like your personal limit for productive training. It's that sweet spot where you're doing just enough to grow, but not so much that you can't recover from it. Because any training you do beyond your MRV, well, it's pretty much wasted effort. You're just digging yourself into a hole.
So you have to stop and ask yourself this question, and you have to be really honest with your answer. Is your current routine actually making you stronger week after week, month after month, or are you just showing up, getting exhausted, and spinning your wheels?
Because a truly smart training plan isn't about the short-term gains. It's not about being sore for a week. It's about building a sustainable practice that keeps you strong for a lifetime. So the next time you write your workout, don't just ask, what's going to make me tired today? Instead, try asking this: what is the smallest thing I can do better than last time to guarantee I'm stronger tomorrow?